All right, keto. We're diving deep today into keto meal plans.
Oh, yeah.
You know, high fat, low carb, that whole thing.
Yeah.
Less than 20 net carbs a day.
Right.
To lose weight, feel great, all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
But honestly, does anyone else feel like actually starting keto? It's like harder than reading ancient hieroglyphics.
I hear you.
It can be so overwhelming.
Yeah, it really can be.
But fear not. We're going to make it make sense. We've got 3 awesome sources to help us out.
Oh, nice.
14-day keto meal plan with recipes and shopping lists from Diet Doctor.
Okay.
Then we have Keto Meal Plan, easy 7-day menu and diet tips from Medical News Today, and the easiest 7-day keto meal plan for weight loss.
All right. Sounds good.
So we're going to pull out the best parts, the most helpful tips,
Yes.
the tastiest meal ideas,
Exactly.
and leave all that info overload behind.
So we can actually enjoy this.
Yeah, exactly. Make it approachable.
Sustainable, too.
Okay, so Diet Doctor jumps right in
Okay.
with some seriously solid advice for simplifying keto.
Oh, good. They're big on choosing a staple breakfast, something you can basically make in your sleep.
Oh, I like that.
Like imagine having scrambled eggs every morning,
Simple.
already prepped, ready to go.
Yes.
No more decision fatigue before you've even had your coffee.
That's huge. Decision fatigue is a real killer.
Oh, it is.
It can really derail you before you even get started.
Right. And Diet Doctor is all about the meal prep, too.
Oh, yeah.
Cook once,
Love that.
eat multiple times.
Meal prep is such a game changer.
It is.
It really helps.
Leftovers are your secret weapon.
Yes.
Now, can we talk about the keto flu for a second?
Ooh, yeah, we have to address that.
Because those initial symptoms some people get when they cut carbs drastically
Yeah.
can be rough.
Headaches, fatigue,
It's not fun.
not the vibe we're going for.
No, not at all. But Diet Doctor has a whole guide on managing it.
Oh, that's great.
And I actually have a little tip, too.
Yeah, I'm listening. Bouillon? Yes. A cup of bouillon a day can do wonders.
Okay.
It helps replenish those electrolytes you lose
I see.
when you cut those carbs.
Interesting.
So simple.
Yeah.
It's tasty.
And it helps.
Okay, but enough about the not-so-fun stuff.
Right. Let's get to the food.
Diet Doctor's Week 1 menu is surprisingly diverse.
Okay, good.
It doesn't look boring at all.
That's important.
Keto egg muffins for a grab-and-go breakfast?
Sounds good to me.
Yes, please. And Italian keto meatballs.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about comfort food.
With a keto twist.
It really busts that myth that keto is just,
Yeah.
bacon and cheese all the time.
All day, every day.
Which, don't get me wrong, I love a good charcuterie board.
Of course, who doesn't?
But you can have variety.
Yes.
You can have different flavors, different cuisines.
Right. It doesn't have to be restrictive.
And I have to mention the crispy keto tuna burgers.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Nice change of pace from the usual beef and chicken.
I like that.
So let's hop over to Medical News Today's plan for a minute. They bring up something I hadn't really thought about much before.
Oh, what's that?
The importance of fiber on keto.
Okay.
Not just net carbs.
Right.
Why does that matter so much?
Well, it's easy to get caught up in counting carbs.
Yeah.
But fiber is so important for your gut health, regularity, overall well-being.
So it's not just about the weight loss.
Exactly. It's about your whole health.
And their menu has this low-fiber day on Tuesday,
Really?
which I have to admit I'm kind of curious about.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Okay, big question. Can you actually do keto if you're vegetarian?
That's a good question. A lot of people wonder about that.
Is it even possible?
It can be tricky, but both sources actually offer some solutions.
Oh, good.
Medical News Today focuses on high-fat, plant-based replacements,
Okay.
like avocados, nuts, seeds,
Gotcha.
and Diet Doctor points to specific vegetarian recipes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it shows that keto is becoming more inclusive,
Yeah.
more adaptable to different needs.
Yeah. So you're telling me a vegetarian can still enjoy a delicious, satisfying keto meal plan?
Absolutely. It just takes a little more planning,
Okay.
and you have to be mindful of getting enough fat and protein,
Makes sense.
but it's definitely doable.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
All right. So we've tackled the first week.
Right.
We've got some yummy meal ideas.
Yeah.
But what about going beyond those first 7 days?
That's where our third source comes in. The easiest 7-day keto meal plan.
Okay.
This one's all about empowering you to build your own plan
I like that.
after that initial week.
So it's like you graduate from keto kindergarten.
Exactly. You learn the basics, and then you can fly solo.
Yeah.
Create your own keto masterpieces.
And a key takeaway here is understanding your macros.
Oh, absolutely.
They walk you through the whole calculation.
So it's not as scary as it sounds.
Yeah, so you're not just blindly following a plan.
Right, you're understanding the why behind the food.
Knowledge is power.
It is.
And even the recipe titles in this plan sound amazing.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Superfood meatballs with keto creamed spinach.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Doesn't that sound delicious?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, one last thing before we move on.
Okay.
Supplements. This plan has a whole section on them. My first thought was, wait, are supplements really necessary for keto?
It's a good question. They're not mandatory, but they can be helpful,
Okay.
especially for people new to keto or if you have specific goals.
Okay.
They mention MCT oil, exogenous ketones.
Yeah.
Those can help boost fat burning, get you into ketosis faster.
So it's more about optimizing the experience?
Exactly. Like adding an extra layer of support.
Gotcha.
But always do your research before adding any supplement.
Oh, absolutely. Professional guidance is key.
Always.
Wow, we've covered a lot of ground already.
We have.
From keto basics to week-long menus.
It's exciting.
To the power of customization.
And supplements.
But we're just getting started.
I can't wait to dive in deeper.
Stay tuned for more keto insights and delicious discoveries in part 2.
I'm ready.
Back again for more keto deep dive fun.
More keto.
We've unpacked a ton about meal plans.
Yeah, it's been great.
But there's still so much to explore.
Definitely.
Remember we talked about those little hints about keto having benefits?
Yeah.
Beyond just losing weight.
Right. Like, what else can it do?
Exactly. So let's dig into that a bit.
Okay, I'm ready.
Most of what we've talked about so far has been about weight loss.
Yeah, pretty much.
But you brought up some interesting research about keto's impact on other health conditions.
Yeah, I'm curious about that too.
Did you find anything in these sources about that?
Not a ton, no.
Yeah, it's not front and center,
Okay.
but there are definitely some breadcrumbs.
Oh, interesting.
Diet Doctor mentions that keto can help with blood sugar control,
Okay.
which could be huge for someone with type 2 diabetes.
Right.
They're careful to say it's not a cure-all,
Of course, it's not magic.
but the potential is there.
Yeah, I've seen some research on that too.
Really?
Yeah, it seems like by cutting carbs,
Mm-hmm.
keto helps stabilize blood sugar.
Interesting.
Might even help reduce medication needs.
Wow, that's incredible.
But of course, always talk to your doctor before making big changes.
Always, always.
With anything health related.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Medical news today also mentions using keto to manage epilepsy,
Oh, wow.
especially in kids who haven't responded well to other treatments. It's actually been used for that for decades.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was surprised too.
Huh.
It shows that keto isn't just some fad diet.
Right. There's real history there.
There's science behind it.
Yeah.
And they even mentioned some early research on
Yeah.
potential benefits for cognitive function.
Wow.
And maybe even slowing down Alzheimer's.
That's amazing.
It's still early stages,
Of course.
but it's exciting to think about.
It really is.
Yeah.
So much potential.
Right. Seems like the more we learn about keto, the more possibilities open up.
It's true. But we have to remember,
Yeah.
it's not a magic bullet.
Oh, definitely not.
All three sources say sticking with keto long term
Yeah.
can be really tough.
Oh, for sure.
It's not easy.
We talked about the keto flu before.
Right.
And possible digestive issues. But they also point out the social challenges.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to go out to eat.
Yeah.
Or go to parties.
Exactly.
When you're on such a restricted diet.
It takes planning.
It does.
You got to get creative sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
And sometimes you just got to say no.
That can be the hardest part.
It can.
But like you said earlier, it's a journey.
It is.
Not a race.
You got it.
And these meal plans are great tools.
And they really are.
To help you stay on track.
They help a lot.
Speaking of the meal plans,
Yes.
I think it's cool how they offer
Mhm.
different levels of structure and support.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Like Diet Doctor's 14-day plan.
Mhm.
It's like having a keto coach right in your pocket.
Like a personal guide.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. The other two are a little more flexible.
Oh, okay.
So Medical News Today gives you a week of ideas
Okay.
and then encourages you to start experimenting.
Cool.
And that easiest 7-day plan wants you to become your own keto chef
I love that.
after that first week.
That's great.
So it's like choose your own adventure for keto.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can tailor it to your own needs and
Um,
preferences.
So if you're an athlete
Yeah.
trying to optimize performance or you have specific dietary restrictions,
Right.
you can adjust it.
These plans give you a foundation,
Yeah, they set you up.
but then you make it your own.
That's the best part.
That ties back to what we were saying
Mm-hmm.
about those potential benefits beyond weight loss.
Right.
Maybe you're exploring keto for blood sugar management,
Uh-huh.
or you're curious about cognitive function.
It's all about finding what works for you.
Exactly.
These meal plans are a starting point.
But it's important to talk to your doctor.
Of course, always.
And do your own research, too.
Yeah, be informed.
Solid advice.
Thanks.
And it highlights the fact that keto is always evolving.
It's true.
There's new research coming out all the time.
Constantly learning more.
So what we know about its potential is expanding.
That's what makes it so interesting.
Right. It's not just a diet.
Yeah.
It's a whole area of exploration.
I love that perspective.
Me too.
But with all this talk about benefits,
Yeah.
we got to acknowledge the challenges,
Right.
too.
Well, definitely.
We mentioned the keto flu, digestive issues, social situations.
Yeah.
But all three sources emphasize another thing:
Okay, what's that?
sustainability.
Ah, right.
How do you stick with keto long term?
That's the million-dollar question.
It is. There's no easy answer.
It takes commitment,
Right.
planning,
For sure.
and a willingness to adapt.
You got it.
But these sources have some good tips.
Oh, that's good.
They say it's important to find keto-friendly foods.
That you actually enjoy.
So it doesn't feel like a constant struggle.
Yeah, so you're not forcing yourself
Right.
to eat things you hate
Exactly. It shouldn't be torture.
just because they fit your macros.
Keto should be enjoyable.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a punishment.
And these sources have tons of recipes
They do.
that prove you can eat delicious food.
And stay on track.
Exactly.
They also talk about building a support system,
Oh, yeah. That's important.
whether it's friends or family
Mm-hmm.
or online communities.
I think people who get it,
It makes a big difference.
it really does.
It's easier to stay motivated when you don't feel alone.
And I think another key
Yeah.
is recognizing that it's okay to slip up sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Life happens.
It does.
You might get a pizza craving,
Totally.
and that's okay.
It's normal.
Don't beat yourself up about it.
Yeah.
Just get back on track with your next meal.
Exactly.
It's about progress, not perfection.
I like that.
And these sources say it's a learning process.
It makes sense. You'll experiment.
Mm-hmm.
You might make mistakes.
Yeah,
It's all part of figuring out what works best for you.
I love that. So we've talked about all the sciencey stuff,
Yeah.
the meal plans,
Huh?
all those amazing benefits, and the challenges too.
Right.
But let's get real for a second.
Okay.
How do you actually navigate the social side of keto?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because, let's be honest, it's not always easy to explain to your friends
Right.
why you're suddenly obsessed with avocado.
And can't touch the breadbasket.
Exactly.
It can be tricky.
It can be a little awkward.
Yeah, for sure.
But one thing all our sources emphasize
Okay.
is communication.
That makes sense.
Let your friends and family know about your choices
Yeah.
and why you're making them.
So it's not a mystery.
Right. It doesn't have to be this big lecture.
It's just a simple explanation.
Just like, hey, I'm trying this keto thing,
Yeah.
so I'm going to pass on the pasta.
But I'd love to split a salad.
Exactly. Setting those boundaries respectfully.
And helping people understand.
Right. And who knows?
Right.
Maybe your keto journey will inspire someone else.
You never know. You could start a trend.
Totally. Another helpful tip.
Okay, what's that?
Offer to bring a keto-friendly dish to parties.
Oh, good idea.
That way, you know, there's something you can enjoy.
Yeah, no more awkward food moments
And you might even introduce others to some amazing keto food.
that they never knew existed.
It's a win-win.
I like it.
You get to eat something delicious,
Mm,
and you spread the keto love.
exactly.
Now, what about dining out?
Ooh, yeah, restaurants can be tough.
Any strategies for those menus?
That often feel like a carb minefield.
Right. It's like, where's the protein?
Well, don't be afraid to ask questions.
Okay.
Make special requests.
Okay. So be proactive,
Yeah, most restaurants are happy to accommodate
especially if you give them a heads up.
when you make the reservation.
Yeah, be like, hey, I'm keto. Can you work with me?
Exactly. Don't be shy about asking for substitutions.
Oh, yeah. Like, can I get that burger wrapped in lettuce?
Yes. Or can I swap the fries for veggies?
That's a good way.
Remember, protein and fat are your friends.
They are.
Look for dishes that are naturally keto-friendly.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Grilled meats, seafood, salads with lots of healthy fats.
I'm already picturing a juicy steak with some roasted asparagus
Sounds delicious.
and some olive oil drizzled on top.
Ooh, yes.
But what about those times
Yeah.
when you just really want something that's not strictly keto?
Oh, I know those moments.
Like that pizza craving hits.
It happens to the best of us.
It's real.
It is.
What do you do then?
It's all about balance.
Okay.
Making conscious choices. If you're going to indulge, savor it.
Yeah.
Enjoy every bite.
Don't beat yourself up about it.
Exactly.
And just get back on track with your next meal.
It's not about being perfect.
Right.
It's about progress.
I like that.
And these sources all say it's a learning process.
It makes sense.
You're going to experiment. You'll make mistakes.
Yeah.
That's all part of finding what works for you.
And that's what this whole deep dive has been about.
Right. Exploring keto.
Seeing what it's all about.
Finding those delicious recipes.
Yeah. And learning how to make it work for you.
In your own life.
Exactly. So if you're feeling inspired to give keto a try,
Yeah.
dive into those sources we talked about, get creative in the kitchen,
Have fun with it.
and find what works for you.
That's the most important thing.
And remember, you don't have to go it alone.
Oh, yeah. There's a whole community out there.
Tons of online resources, groups you can join,
People who get it.
share recipes, get support.
It's great.
Plus, as always,
Yeah.
talk to your doctor before making big dietary changes,
Always a good idea.
especially if you have any health conditions.
Safety first.
Well, that brings us to the end of our keto deep dive.
Yeah, that went by fast.
I know, right?
Oh,
We've covered so much.
we really did.
We explored the science,
The meal plans,
the benefits.
even the social side of keto.
It's been a journey.
It has.
Mhm.
Hopefully you're feeling empowered
Yeah,
Informed.
ready to take on keto.
to start creating your own delicious keto journey.
That's what it's all about.
Remember, it's all about experimentation,
Enjoyment.
finding what works best for you.
Absolutely.
Happy ketoing, everyone.